In Other Waters is a game created by Jump Over the Age, a one-person studio founded by Gareth Damian Martin. In the game, you play as Ellery Vass, or rather, you play as the AI that controls the diving suit that Ellery uses. She is a xenobiologist on her first trip to the planet Gliese 677cc, solely based on a cryptic message that she received from her fellow xenobiologist and lover, Minae Nomura. See, in a future that has been searching planet after planet for signs of alien life for centuries, Minae actually found it. And for reasons that are currently unclear, Ellery is the only other human that's aware of its existence. While that hook is impressive already, there's a kind of beauty with how this game presents itself. Unlike a AAA studio that has near infinite resources to produce whatever they want, an indie studio has to contend with the talents they currently have. Some single developer studios end up learning everything from music to sprite design to produce one game, but it ends up taking them years to get to that point. However, there can also be a beauty in the subtraction. I'm reminded of Adam Neely's video about one-note jazz solos, where a musician can still play around that limitation by playing that one note in as many styles as possible to create enjoyable music. The subtraction in Other Waters, if it isn't already apparent, is sprites. There are no sprites in this game. You're exploring a world teeming with life, and most everything is represented as dots. Yellow dots, contrasted over the blue-green color of an alien ocean. The map-like contour lines of structures and trenches. Clean geometric shapes that make up the suit interface. And that kind of simplicity can be more than the sum of its parts. It's like looking at Conway's Game of Life, dots that breathe in and out with the light forms they represent. You know what first impressed me with this kind of design? How it represented a turbine engine. With a simple array of circles and an intelligent sound design, you get the exact feel of what it's supposed to represent, even if it's a step removed from a real image of a turbine. And despite the simplicity, you still have the descriptions of all these creatures as you encounter them, and you eventually unlock full drawings for these creatures as you study the remains back in the lab. It's enough to suck you into the story and keep exploring the mysteries. It's an important lesson to learn for an indie developer. Play to your strengths as much as possible to fill in the gaps and let imagination handle the rest. If this was a game by some larger team, I don't think we would see a design quite like it. Though I would be remiss if I didn't further highlight Amos Roddy's gorgeous soundtrack. With all the positive things I've said about this game, would it be something I would recommend? That's a more complicated question. In Other Waters isn't a game for everyone. Most would call this game a walking simulator, and that's mostly true. There are certain dangerous portions of the game, as parts of the planet are more hostile than where you start, but it's not difficult to plan for those. I never actually died in this game, even though I came close a few times. And no spoilers, but there are certain aspects of the ending that I didn't like. The ending itself was fairly anticlimactic, after a rather intense second act, and there are certain burning questions that were left unanswered. I also felt that it had too optimistic a worldview, creating a set of enemies that would have been far more commonplace both now and in the future. I can't really elaborate any further without spoiling details. However, the last act of the game was just lukewarm, not great but not really bad. This wasn't a game like, say, the Turing test. The Turing test actually made me feel angry at how much it insulted my intelligence. The humans in that game were as dumb as rocks, and the whole plot centered around their terrible decisions. In Other Waters had far more believable characters, even if you wished for a better resolution. There's a final scene that you can get to if you complete all the lab work. It doesn't answer a lot, but it's worth getting to. And there's even a 55-page digital companion book that comes with the Xenobiologist edition, for those that are looking for more colorful artwork to go with their creature descriptions. Overall, if this kind of exploration game is your cup of tea, and Steam is having a good sale on it, especially the Xenobiologist bundle, go pick it up. I'm still glad I spent the time playing it, and I will continue to listen to this impressionable soundtrack for years to come.